Well, good morning, Jeff. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well as well.
We love getting the visuals of the books because not all authors get their vision told on the screen in the way that they would like to have it done. And so you got to be excited, right?
It really is. It's really cool. What a gift for me. I've gotten to do this now. This is the third year in a row that there's a Disney Plus film out, and this one's actually lined up for the holidays. It's about the holidays, and it comes out around the holidays, so everything feels like it's sort of lining up perfectly.
Well, it's an early Christmas present, right?
Yes, it is indeed.
So what are we getting into this time?
Okay, this one is based on my book, which is called Cabin Fever, which is about Greg and his family getting locked into the house during the holidays. They actually get snowed in. I think we all sometimes feel like that when during the holidays that we're sort of locked in an enclosed space with our family. So here it's quite literal, and Greg is in trouble. So he really feels the walls closing in around him.
Well, now people have been coming up to you for years and saying, well, what about this one next? Or what about this one next? Because they all have favorites. And so how do you decide what's next?
This is the seventh Diary of a Wimpy Kid book to be adapted into a movie, and we hadn't done this one before. I've wanted to do this for about 10 years, to do an animated Cabin Fever, and so it just felt like the perfect fit. It's something we haven't done before.
Well, kids and parents come up to you all the time and they think it'd be great to write a book that everyone would love, but it's so much harder than you might think. And so what kind of advice do you offer them?
Yeah, I don't want the competition, so I try to actively discourage them, tell them to go into another field, medicine, teaching, anything but writing. No, actually, I tell them to try to write down their experiences. Everything in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books are things that happened to me as a kid, and so I'm really just taking the things that happened to me, putting it through a comedy filter, and then putting it on the page. So I think starting with your own experiences is a really good starting point.
Absolutely. And you might be familiar with Drew Pearson, my co-host, and went in the Hall of Fame, caught the Hail Mary, and we love to ask people their Hail Mary moment. So what was that Hail Mary moment for you?
My father went to school with Roger Staubach, so we grew up Dallas Cowboys fans in the Washington D.C. area, where of course there were the Redskins. So it was hard. We took some lumps for that, but we stuck with the Cowboys all those years. Oh, we made a bookstore in my town, and that was a big step, because there was an old market that was really beloved, and we tore it down and put in a new building that was a bookstore, and it's been one of the best parts of our lives.
So part of this is ability to want to move forward and keep doing better. But as creative people, we're notoriously hard on ourselves. So what do you keep in mind that keeps you on that right path, even when things are tough?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very privileged because I have millions of readers of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. So whenever I'm feeling a lot of doubt, I think about those readers that really deserve to get a good story. So that really, really motivates me to do well.
So what's your favorite scene or part to work on in this one that you're most looking forward to everyone else seeing?
Yeah, there's this great action scene at the beginning of the movie where Greg gets in trouble. He and his friend Rowley are building a snowman, but they roll this giant snowball which rolls down the hill and hits a snowplow. And it's very comedic. It's very big and broad. And so I've never really done something like that before. I've never written an action scene like that. So it was fun to try something new.
And how great is it to be able to entertain people with your life experiences, even though not all of them were positive?
Yeah, it's funny because they say that comedy equals tragedy plus time. And it's true, the things that we did as kids or the things that we experienced didn't seem so funny at the time, and now they do. So I'm trying to capture that and put it on the page and now on the screen.
Well, last thing, each story means a whole lot to you because there's a lot of you in it. And so, what is it about this one that you suppose will mean the most to you?
I think that what's really interesting about this story and what's interesting about the Wimpy Kid movies in general is that they're whole family stories. So every family member can see themselves reflected in one of the characters on the screen. And I think that's different from most kids' fare, because it maps really nicely onto your family dynamics and your own experiences.
Absolutely. Look forward to it. Thank you so much and have a happy holidays.
Oh, thanks, Paul. You too.